Fame and fortune often go hand in hand, but not like this. In 2025, only a tiny handful of celebrities have joined the billion-dollar club, a level of wealth that even A-listers rarely touch. These are stars who didn't just chase fame. They turned it into power, brands, and generational wealth. From pop icons and movie legends to sports heroes and TV masterminds, this list will shock you. Some made their billions through smart investments. Others through business empires you probably use every day. And a few just knew how to turn their talent into unstoppable profit. So, let's count down the top 18 celebrity billionaires of 2025, ranked by their jaw-dropping net worths. Stay till the end, because the number one spot belongs to someone whose influence literally shaped modern Hollywood. Ready? Let's dive in. Number 18, Jerry Seinfeld. Net worth $1.1 billion. Who knew observational comedy could buy a private jet and a fleet of Porsches? Jerry Seinfeld turned everyday humor into an empire. Decades after Seinfeld ended, the show still pays out massive syndication checks. He and co-creator Larry David each take roughly 15% of the profits, and Netflix paid $500 million just for streaming rights. Add in sell-out comedy tours and Netflix specials worth another $20 million a pop, and the punchline writes itself: nothing really can make you rich. But our next billionaire flexed more than punchlines. He flexed muscle, power, and business genius. Number 17, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Net worth $1.1 billion. The Terminator didn't just conquer Hollywood. He conquered capitalism. Arnold turned his blockbuster paychecks into a fortune before most actors had business managers. He earned roughly $500 million from his films, then multiplied it with venture capital plays, including Google's series of funding round. Add real estate empires and private equity stakes, and you've got an action hero who became a boardroom legend. But not every mogul stands in front of the camera. Some rule from behind it. Number 16, Dick Wolf. Net worth $1.2 billion. You've definitely heard the sound. Dun-D-U-N. That 2-second beat built a billion-dollar empire. Dick Wolf created franchises like Law and Order and FBI that air somewhere in the world almost every hour of every day. 3 decades of syndication have made Wolf a silent billionaire, earning up to $350,000 per episode. He collects yachts, art, and homes the way others collect streaming subscriptions. But while Wolf quietly shaped television, the next name built his wealth on rock and roll and sheer energy. Number 15, Bruce Springsteen. Net worth $1.2 billion. The boss still runs the show. In 2021, Bruce Springsteen sold his entire music catalog to Sony for around $500 million. Add decades of sold-out tours, Broadway performances, and timeless hits, and he easily crosses into billionaire territory, even if he jokingly claims he spent too much. From rock arenas to boardrooms, the boss proved passion can print money. And speaking of icons who turn talent into business, the next billionaire dominates on and off the court. Number 14, LeBron James. Net worth $1.3 billion. The king isn't just ruling basketball, he's building an empire. LeBron became the first active NBA player ever to reach billionaire status. Over 22 seasons, he's earned more than $500 million in salary and hundreds of millions more through Nike, PepsiCo, and his own ventures. His company Spring Hill produces hit shows and films, and his ownership stakes in Liverpool FC, the Red Sox, and the Penguins prove he's playing the long game. But even LeBron's empire looks modest next to the pop queen who turned lipstick into luxury. Number 13, Rihanna. Net worth $1.4 billion. She started with Pon de Replay, but it was Fenty Beauty that replayed all the way to the bank. Rihanna transformed celebrity branding forever. Her inclusive cosmetics line, launched with LVMH, exploded globally, while Savage X Fenty redefined lingerie culture. She hasn't released an album since 2016's Anti, yet her companies make more than any chart topper could dream of. Music made her famous. Business made her rich. And from pop royalty, we move to golf royalty. Number 12, Tiger Woods. Net worth $1.4 billion. Tiger changed sports marketing forever. In the 2000s, he was the world's highest-paid athlete, earning $75 million a year mostly from endorsements. Even after scandals and injuries, his brand remained golden. Now he's a real estate developer, golf course designer, and co-founder of a luxury mini-golf chain. Tiger may not roar as loudly as before, but his bank account sure does. Next, a man who built an empire one character at a time. Number 11. Tyler Perry, net worth $1.4 billion. He created Medea and made a fortune. Tyler Perry's rise from homeless playwright to Hollywood billionaire is the definition of self-made. He owns every word of his scripts and every frame of his films, giving him full control of his vast content library. His Atlanta-based Tyler Perry Studios is one of the largest in the U.S., producing films for Netflix, Amazon, and beyond. Perry's empire proves you don't need a big studio, you just need belief. And speaking of belief, the next icon proved that magic doesn't stop when the game ends. Number 10. Magic Johnson, net worth $1.5 billion. He went from fast breaks to business breaks. Magic Johnson turned post-NBA life into a masterclass in investing. He owns stakes in the Dodgers, the Washington Commanders, and insurer Equitrust, which grew from $16 billion to $26 billion under his leadership. Magic built his fortune on smart partnerships and timing, proving the real game happens after the buzzer. And next up, an artist whose tour literally broke the internet. Number 9. Taylor Swift, net worth $1.6 billion. Taylor's not just writing lyrics, she's rewriting industry history. Her Eras tour became one of the highest-grossing tours of all time, earning nearly $200 million after taxes from its first leg alone. Owning her masters, collecting royalties, and stacking luxury properties worth over $100 million put her comfortably in the billionaire bracket. Taylor Swift turned heartbreak into hard cash, and her empire keeps expanding. But the next name built a fantasy world so big it changed cinema forever. Number 8. Peter Jackson, net worth $1.7 billion. The man behind The Lord of the Rings forged his own treasure. Peter Jackson earned about $10 million per film up front, but the real jackpot came when he sold part of his visual effects company Weta Digital to Unity Software for $1.6 billion. The deal instantly made him one of the richest filmmakers alive. But Jackson's Middle-earth fortune still pales next to the queen of modern branding. Number 7. Kim Kardashian, net worth $1.7 billion. From reality TV to real-world fortune, Kim Kardashian turned attention into equity. Her shapewear line scheme skyrocketed to a $4 billion valuation in 2023, while her skincare brand SKKN by Kim keeps growing. Every move she makes becomes a marketing moment, transforming fame itself into a business model. Love her or not, Kim mastered monetization. And the next billionaire? He turned music into a multi-industry empire. Number 6. Jay-Z, net worth $2.5 billion. Sean Carter built a business, man. Jay-Z's wealth comes from far more than rap. He owns champagne brand Armand de Brignac, cognac label Dus, early stakes in Uber, and an art collection featuring Basquiat. Selling parts of his liquor brands to LVMH and Bacardi brought in hundreds of millions. With every venture, Jay proved hustling is an art form. But the next billionaire turned body slams into boardrooms. Number 5. Vince McMahon, net worth $3 billion. From wrestling announcer to global mogul, Vince McMahon built an entertainment juggernaut. He bought WWE from his father in 1982 and transformed it into a worldwide phenomenon. In 2023, he merged WWE with UFC to create TKO Group Holdings, a billion-dollar sports entertainment empire. Though controversies have followed, his financial moves made him one of the richest media figures alive. And if that's power, the next woman on our list practically invented it. Number 4. Oprah Winfrey, net worth $3 billion. She went from small-town reporter to global icon. Oprah became the first black woman billionaire through her talk show, acting, and production empire. By 2003, she'd already hit 10 figures, and she kept building. Today, her portfolio spans TV, film, and over 2,000 acres of real estate in California and Hawaii. Oprah's influence is priceless, but her wealth proves inspiration pays. And from one legend to another, the next athlete changed sports forever. Number 3. Michael Jordan, net worth $3.5 billion. The GOAT of basketball became the GOAT of branding. Michael Jordan's Nike deal turned his name into a permanent profit machine. The Jordan brand still pays him over $100 million every year in royalties. Add investments and team ownership, and MJ became the first athlete billionaire and the richest in sports history. But even Air Jordan can't touch the galaxy built by our next two visionaries. Number 2. George Lucas. Net worth $5.1 billion. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, George Lucas created a franchise that never stops printing money. He sold Lucasfilm to Disney in 2012 for $4 billion in cash and stock, one of the smartest deals in Hollywood history. Even without directing new films, Lucas' legacy and dividends continue to grow. He doesn't need sequels. He already wrote the greatest financial ending of them all. But one man still edges him out, a director who turned storytelling itself into a billion-dollar brand. Number 1. Steven Spielberg. Net worth $5.3 billion. The most successful director in history. From Jaws and E.T. to Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park, Steven Spielberg defined the blockbuster. He's been on Forbes' wealthiest list since 1994 and keeps earning through directing, producing, and a unique deal with Universal that pays him 2% of ticket sales at their theme parks. Forever. Spielberg didn't just make movies, he made history. And in 2025, he stands at the top of the Celebrity Billionaire mountain. From sitcoms and sneakers to galaxies and glamour, these 18 superstars prove that fame alone isn't enough. It's vision that multiplies wealth. Each turned opportunity into ownership and talent into trillion-dollar industries. So tell us, which celebrity do you think will be the next to hit $1 billion? Drop your guesses below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more stories of power, money, and the stars who redefine both.